Hello everyone and welcome back to the course. In this lecture we're going to be looking at the repeater and also the wiggle transform shape modifiers. So we're going to start with the repeater, and to illustrate that I've created this small square shape or rectangular shape. So what the repeater does is it creates copies of our shape and also gives us options to play with. In order to add the repeater, of course, we will select our content or our particular shape and simply go to add and then click on the repeater. Now we've seen that immediately we click on the repeater, it's giving us 3 copies of our shape. So we can add the number of copies, we can create an offset between the first or the position of the original copy and the remaining copies, and we can composite above or below, and we have even more options under the transform. So under the transform we have an option to change the anchor point, the position, and as you change the position you see that it gives us space between the copies. Okay, and we can also change the scale. Now we can see what changing the scale results to. Okay, we can change the rotation, you can see what we achieve, and we can change the start opacity, that's the start opacity, and then the end opacity. So that's basically, as you can see, this is the end opacity and the start opacity. So these are some of the things we can achieve with this particular shape modifier. So I'm going to boost up the number of copies here, and I'm going to reduce the position. Okay, let me reduce the copies a bit, and for the scale I'm just going to do something like this. Okay, so you can see we're starting to get a very interesting shape. So let's just increase our copies 26, and I think 20, maybe 22 or 20 should do. Or 18 should do. So this is what we have so far, and what I want to do is I want to add another repeater. Okay, I'm going to add another repeater. So we have another repeater, and what we want to do right now is to change the position. So we for this one we want to have them coming downwards. Okay, so when we add the copies you can see that we're starting to get very interesting shapes. Okay, so as you can see we're starting to get very interesting shapes. So we can animate all this. Let me create a keyframe for the position. After here we have something like this. Okay, so this is cool. Well, we can just leave it. And just continue playing with other options. Okay, so you see what our rotation does. So this is what we achieve by just playing with the rotation. So you can see this is cool actually. I like this. Yeah, I like this. So let's add the wiggle transform shape modifier and bring it under the repeater, so it affects the repeaters. Okay, so for the wiggle transform right now, we see that we have the wiggle per second. Of course, this is the speed of the wiggle effect. Then we have the correlation, we have the temporal phase, the spatial phase, the random seed, we have the transform. So under the transform, let's just do a little modification to the position, so we can see that by just adding or by just editing the position, we've been given animation without even adding keyframes. Okay, now you see this is what we can achieve by just playing around with the position of the wiggle transform. And let's play around with the size, so you can see how dynamic it gets. So this is what we've been able to achieve by simply adding the repeater and wiggle transform. I'm not creating anything in specific, I'm just enjoying myself with what I can achieve with these shape modifiers. So shape modifiers are very important in After Effects, and in subsequent lessons we are going to actually see how to use them even in live projects. So that will be it for the repeater and wiggle transform shape modifiers. Hope to see you in the next. Bye. Hey, so that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and leave a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any future uploads. We post new videos every week covering topics in the fields of graphic design and illustration, motion graphics and video, branding, and more. If you want to support us and get access to exclusive benefits such as the project files we use in our classes, live chat with us, shoutouts, and more, consider becoming a patron on Patreon. You can join for as little as $3 a month, and the link to our Patreon page is in the description below. And if you want to take your learning to the next level, you can check out the complete course, of which this episode is a part of. And in the complete course, you get access to more than 10 hours of video lessons, project files and resources, class exercises, a Q&A section, a certificate of completion, and more. You can get the course for a special discount by using the link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.